Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. I am Regina Clark, and my business is Brainwave Balancing. And we have spent the last several weeks looking at information from the book How God Changes Your Brain, Chapter 8, the 8 best ways to exercise and enhance your mental, physical, and spiritual health. And we have been on a countdown. We started at the 8th best way to exercise your brain, and then we moved down into the other ones, and we are actually at number 1. So, very exciting. I'm sure you're super curious as to what this one might possibly be, so I want to share a little bit more information with you. So the number 1 best way to exercise your brain is to have faith. I don't know if that surprises you or not. And again, these guys, they're neuroscientists. One is a believer, one is not. They try to let the research and the data speak for itself and not have a biased opinion about this process. So when we talk about faith, it may be different than what you're thinking. So no matter what choice we make concerning our physical, emotional, and spiritual health, we'll never know for certain if we're absolutely correct about our beliefs. We can make educated guesses, but there will always be some degree of uncertainty. This is true for medicine, for science, and it's certainly true when it comes to religious beliefs. To be spiritually inclined, you have to rely on faith. Those who don't believe in such realms will use different criteria to govern their decisions and ideas, but they too must rely on their intuition and faith to guide them through unknown aspects of life. Faith is equivalent with hope, optimism, and the belief that a positive future awaits us. Faith can also be defined as the ability to trust our beliefs, even when we have no proof that such beliefs are accurate or true. The psychiatrist Viktor Frankl, who was imprisoned in a Nazi death camp until the end of World War II, said that the single most important thing that kept a survivor alive was faith. If a prisoner lost faith in the future, he was doomed because the will to live seldom returned. Faith in an optimistic future may be a placebo, but it's important to remember that placebos can cure a huge percent of most physical and emotional diseases. Even an irrational belief in a cure that has been proven not to work can significantly boost the body's immune system when dealing with a deadly disease. Oh my goodness, there is so much amazing research around this area, around placebos and nocebos. When a person is given a dire diagnosis, they're implanting a nocebo. When a person is given a positive affirming outcome about their sickness, their disease, whatever they're dealing with, it absolutely impacts the chemical reaction, the perception that we have, and then the brain releases, which then impact the different chemicals, and then it impacts the environment of the cells. And the newest research is epigenetics, where we know that it's not our genes. We're not limited to or stuck with our genetic makeup, because that can change according to our thoughts, according to our belief, and even things like placebos and having faith, like he said, even if it's irrational. So faith becomes a really huge player in a lot of aspects of our lives. I think about the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. So you have a positive belief and you have a negative belief. You have someone who has faith and someone who doesn't, and they reap the result of their outcome. You think about crazy things that happen, like mothers lifting cars to rescue babies people drinking strychnine, and because they don't believe it will impact them, it does not impact them. It doesn't make them sick. They don't die. You can talk about snake handlers. You can talk about walking on a bed of coals. But as soon as you start to doubt, be careful because you're going to burn your feet. So this is an incredibly interesting topic on so many levels, more than just religious beliefs. So even the medical researchers, right, Mayo Clinic, that's why meditation is now part of what you're taught to do if you are diagnosed with cancer and you're going to go through chemo. They teach you about meditation, how to lower your stress levels. So it's very optimistic thinking is super important for maintaining optimal health. An optimistic attitude specifically reduces the stress eliciting cortisol levels in your body. And many other studies have demonstrated how optimism improves behavioral coping in a variety of physical illnesses. Faith is essential for maintaining a healthy brain. I just love this topic, right? Whatever your faith is in something greater than yourself, a higher power, it just doesn't have to be limited to a particular religious belief, but that you have faith in something that is going to see you through in this life is a wonderful thing, and it will help us go further in our journey. So that's all I have for today. I think what I'm going to do, so these don't get too long, is I think next week I'm going to do a recap and put it all in one place of the best 8 ways to exercise. And then we're going to move on to some other really wonderful information. I'm always studying and looking at new things, and I love sharing these things with you. Again, they're for me, and then if I can share with someone else along the journey, then let's do it. So that's what I have for this morning. I'm super thrilled and blessed to be with you, to be able to share this time, and I hope you will keep tuning in. And until next time, be your best self and take care of that beautiful brain of yours.